2, 1.
And here we are, the Bobbi Jo and Sheena show. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. I, being the host, Bobbi Jo, and my co-host, Sheena Kantar. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Absolutely awesome. I had something that this just follows on from yesterday. So yesterday we were talking about acknowledge. And so the 6 A's we're going to talk about over 6 days. So acknowledge. And today is all about accepting. Now, the reason why I did acknowledge and accepting was I found that brought me to peace, first of all. Because what I tended to do is if you're trying to go for a goal, or if you haven't accepted where you are and you don't know where you are, it could be me, like I'm flying to see Bobbi Jo on Thursday, but she's booked me a flight from Paris. Well, like, it's not going to work, is it? I'm not going to get there. So I needed to know where I was, and I have to accept where I was. Just let me read you something. Bobbi Jo, you're going to love this. She hasn't heard this yet, so this is a secret. And it's a guy that actually wrote it called, I'm going to give him his due, Gerald Rogers. Absolutely fantastic. So, like an acorn holds all of the genetic raw material to grow into a tall and powerful ancient oak tree, within us lies the genetic blueprint of the infinite and the divine. With every cell of our physical bodies lies secret of the universe too unfathomable for our conscious mind to understand. To say that we are gods is not blasphemy or pride, but rather the deepest and most humble recognition of the truth that has existed since the first spark of life ignited within our mother's womb to form us. To deny the infinite truth that you and I are God is to express the most ignorant and arrogant aspect of humanity, this part of us that cannot see ourselves clearly, the part that is blind to the infinite divine miracle expressed in every heartbeat and every breath. The only explanation for the simplest aspects of who we are is that we are beings of pure source energy. You are no less than a walking, breathing, thinking, dancing, feeling miracle. Now, I could go on and read some more, but we'll be there for a little while. It's in my group, The Key, The Secret. But it was yesterday we were talking about acknowledge, wasn't it, Bobbi Jo? And it was just really acknowledging, not from an ego standpoint, but the humbleness that, oh my goodness, look who we are. We are source intelligence itself.
Yeah. I like what he said there. We cannot see ourselves clearly. And that is part of the whole game here, and that acceptance of who we are truly. And it takes a little bit. We're not who you really think you are. So those of you listening right now, you're saying, what does that even mean? Of course I am who I am, but I'm telling you, once you go down the rabbit hole and the matrix and you really start studying you and allowing you and loving you, which I think were some of the things that you said here, switch to acceptance instead of resistance. And we're always trying to resist ourselves. We're always trying to change ourselves. Oh, we're not good enough. We're not thin enough. We're not smart enough. We haven't read this. We don't have this degree. We're always trying to upgrade ourselves in a different way, in a materialistic way, when ultimately we are the source. We are the energy. And there is no upgrading to do, but upgrading our minds and the way we think about ourselves and have that clarity to really clearly see ourselves. We are God manifested in human form. Absolutely. Amen. Right? We are beautiful souls here. I love it. I love it. People are responding. What else do you have to say about it, Sheena?
Well, that
Acceptance.
was just it, I mean, you're right. It goes even deeper than that, who are you kind of thing, that we don't even exist, etc., etc., etc. I love what this person's saying. Look at this. Made in perfection, we are healing our imperfections so we can be free from suffering. And then we realize that we didn't actually have any imperfections in the first place. It's the same thing. It's like, forgiveness. We think as soon as you go to forgive somebody, you realize, oh my goodness, there's nothing to forgive, one of the things Bob Proctor would say is that, people are ignorant, and that doesn't mean to say that they're rude. What it means is that they just don't have the knowledge to understand who they are. And then they act in a way that is not concurrent with who they are. And that was actually one of the first things I said to somebody this morning. When you first decide who you are, then your decisions come from that. Then your actions will follow that. But if you don't know who you are, you're in the programming and you just go round and round and round in circles. And so that's the thing, is that for me, the next bit was accepting. Now, Joe, for me, it can be accepting that I'm in a pile of poop at the minute. You know, everything's gone wrong. It could be just accepting that and just stop fighting it. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, because you're not fighting the circumstance, you're fighting yourself. That
Yeah.
internal fight. And let me tell you, you know, my mum, I remember my brother saying, you know, oh, my mum, you know, she gave up the fight. Why are we fighting? And then my brother at 57, he fought his way to death, you know,
Mm.
and I looked at him and I saw how he disappeared, his body anyway. But it was just like, why are we fighting? So I absolutely make it my mission to stop fighting myself, because I recognize my own fights. So before you try to go and get what you want, everybody, first of all, make peace with yourself.
Yeah. I love that. I'm still thinking about this, that we are perfection. Yeah, we are. And that's what people really need to see, is that we're always looking without ourselves to judge ourselves, to value ourselves. When can you imagine if we just had a certain cultural paradigm that taught us that we are great the way we are, you know, and to love and accept that who we are? Like, wow, what a beautiful world it would be to make each other rise. Know thyself so you can follow your fellow man. Absolutely. So you can know your
So that
fellow
you
man.
can
I read
he said that, didn't he? When you know you, you know everyone.
Yeah. I love that. Smart person out there listening and paying attention. Yes, join our group. Have questions. We love that. What else is saying here in your little book here? Yeah, that's what you said, but I realized that there was a journey to the self first, and that made it all the more powerful. I mean, that's all you're saying in this book, is that it is that journey to self and understanding us. And as you just said, the Facebook person out there on YouTube, you know, that you just, when you know thyself, you know thy fellow man, and there's no judgment. I mean, I really feel like we can just talk this down over and over, but that's it. I think short and sweet and simple today. Start accepting exactly where you are today. Get the clarity in your mind of knowing what it is that you want, because once you, and why you want it, right? Because a lot of times we want things. Oh, Marco, I love it. Marco Antonio Zaragoza Gonzalez. Whew, that's a big word.
And then he says,
My real name is Love. That is
absolutely.
awesome. My real name is Love. Wow, what a great person. I mean, that's how I feel. It's all about love and acceptance. And that's all I have today. It's love and acceptance and treating each other, ourselves kindly, so then you can look outward and treat everyone else kindly. And what a beautiful world it would be. That's why we're here every day, Monday through Friday, just trying to add a little bit more spice in life, a little bit more love out there in the world, adding some light for others, because there's so much negativity. All we do is have to look at the news. No, let's come back here. Let's focus on love. Thank you, Marco, for joining us. And Sheena, what do you have to say in closing?
Well, that's the thing is, you know, like negativity. But the good news about it is that the more of us awaken to who we truly are, that actually drowns out the negativity. And that's what I absolutely love about this, that you could sit and do more good by literally loving yourself in your own home, not
Yeah.
looking at social media, not judging anything, but sit there in your own love and acceptance of yourself. You will do more good in the world than getting out there and running up and down with banners up and down the street. That's for sure. So there you go. There's just something interesting. Marco said he's on having, you know, we need to honor the mothers. They give us light, wisdom. That's the ultimate source of unconditional love. And
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. And, you know, when we know that actually our subconscious, who's doing all this creating part, is actually the female energy, that's the thing. But it's the male and female working together. But that's a whole other story. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, but that is another story on that one. But and somebody else we've got on here, there's a lot on here this morning. Hi, Sheena and Bobbi. It's lovely to see you, but we can't see your name. So lots of interaction today. It has been our pleasure to be here. Acknowledge, accept yourself. Peace.
Yeah.
Right there. Right there. And what's tomorrow's word, Bobbi Jo?
I don't know. What comes next in your book, Sheena? After, oh,
Attention.
attention. Attention. I love it. Yay. So it's Tuesday. Sheena's flying here on Thursday across the big pond from England to see me here in the United States. And we are going away for a month-long road trip, driving well over 1,000 miles up north to Maine, to Boston area. So stay tuned to us because we just have lots. I can't wait to be together and just bring you all sorts of fun stuff. And that's it. Just one thought at a day, changing everyone, right? Having one thought, one day at a time. Love you all.
Have a good day, guys. See you now. Bye-bye.